Hi everybody, I hope you're all having a great day. This is Paula Paranzano, and today I wanted to discuss the buyer's consultation. So anytime I meet someone new at an open house or bopping around town and they say to me, I'm interested in buying either a personal property or an income property, the very first thing I do is schedule a buyer's consult. Why do I do this? I schedule a buyer's consult for two very important reasons. The first, so I can learn more about you, hold space for you, actively listen, so that I can determine what your goals are, what your dreams are, and I can also determine what your current financial situation is so that we can put a plan together to know what we need to do to get you to your next level in terms of your dreams and goals. We also talk about the buyer broker agreement. There was a lawsuit that was recently passed where the brokers lost to the plaintiffs, which means that now anytime a real estate agent is going to be working with a new client, a buyer, there will always be a buyer broker agreement in place, which outlines three super important aspects to the relationship. The first is my financial fiduciary responsibility to you as the client. The second is our exclusivity. And I always say during my buyer consultation that if we decide to work together, it's no different than if we were dating and you invited me to go to Palm Springs, and I am unfortunately not going to be able to go to Palm Springs if I think I'm one of many. If we're exclusive, then I can decide if I want to go or not. But the second part of the contract and the agreement outlines our exclusivity, which means we're working together exclusively, which means if you go into an open house and I'm not with you, you tell the agent at the open house, hey, I have a real estate agent, I'm working with Paula, here's her card, and it creates a loyalty. And when we enter into this agreement, I take it very seriously, and your financial gain is my number one priority. And everything is clearly defined in this agreement, and everything further is clearly defined during the buyer consultation, which I like my clients to book out at least 2 hours, because it's where I'm really getting to know you. I'm really listening, I'm holding space, and I'm really tapping into hearing you and what your goals are and what you want in this purchase of your next home. The third part of this agreement is how I get paid. So a lot of clients I have found don't really know how we as real estate agents get paid. And so this buyer broker agreement will outline exactly how I'm to be compensated. And, knowing what I know now about running these transactions, there is so much involved. People have no idea. This is not like selling Sunset, let me tell you. There are so many pieces to the puzzle and so much emotional intelligence that you have to hold when talking to the buyer's agent, when dealing with the listing agent, when negotiating for if there's needs to be repairs done or concessions. It's all very, very sensitive, and it needs to be handled with kid gloves, and you want somebody who's really on top of her game or his game in terms of their awareness of what's going on with every nuance of the transaction. I've been working with a buyer. She wants to purchase her first income property. Well, she recently changed her criteria, so she said that she wants her monthly payment on this property, the mortgage and the property taxes rolled into one. She wants to put 20% down, and she wants the rental income to cover the mortgage and the property taxes at 20% down. So to give you an idea, let's say Southern California, sort of an up and coming part of Long Beach, a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condominium, $400K. So we're putting 20% down. So let's say she's putting $100,000 down, she's borrowing $300,000. So her monthly payment on that is gonna be minimum, if not more, $3,000 a month plus property taxes, need to be factored in there. Can we rent out a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo for over $3,000 in an up and coming area? Likely, no. That's just not a realistic criteria for the state of California. Now, if you want to increase your geographical search area, absolutely, we can absolutely find you something in a different state, such as Cincinnati, Ohio, or Texas, and I have referral partners that I love in those areas. But the reason the buyer's consult is so important is, let's talk about this up front. Now, this particular buyer, she was always so busy because she just had a baby and she's on maternity leave and she's got a toddler, and she just would never carve out the time for this buyer consult. So I was like, okay, we'll go out, we'll go look at properties. My bad. 2 full days of going out and looking at properties, she found something wrong with every single property I showed her. So her expectations are not really in alignment with reality, which we could have sifted out on day 1 at the buyer's consult. So bad on me, I typically always schedule a buyer's consult to determine, are we even in the same galaxy of reality? And it's my job to not sugarcoat anything and let people know the facts. Are income properties in Southern California awesome? Yes, but you're gonna need to put more than 20% down if you want them to pencil right away. That's just the facts. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today, is if you're working with an agent as a buyer and they're not pushing for a buyer's consult, I would say step back and really think about, is this the right fit for me? So those are the points that I wanted to hit on. If anybody has any questions, my door is always open. Give a call and have a great day.